Hi, chemistry students. Hey, let's do some balancing equations, and then we'll do that in the classification called single replacement reactions. Now, we're also going to be predicting products here. So we'll start with this one up here, the very first one here, because there's some little tricks here and there that I can teach you. Um, so what we have here is chlorine. Now, this is chlorine gas. Remember, chlorine's a halogen, so it tends to form a binomial element. And so I've got a list of other ones here that are similar to it, but anyway, it's going to react with a compound lithium iodide. Now notice iodine here is also a halogen, so it can also be a diatomic molecules, as they call that. So anyway, let's see if we can figure it out here. So lithium will go directly with chlorine. Lithium is a alkali metal with a plus one, wants to form a plus one ion, cation. And chlorine is a halogen, so it wants to be a minus one. So we can go directly together, and that would be our formula for lithium chloride. This is where chlorine is going to be replacing iodine there. Now, iodine is a halogen, so it's going to form the diatomic molecule. Okay. Now, when we get into the situation where you're not sure about the diatomic molecules, notice that this fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine are all halogens, group 17 on the periodic table. So they tend to form these types of molecules, diatomic molecules. Also nitrogen and oxygen as well. Now, this is not a balanced equation, so what would we have to do to balance it? Notice there's two chlorines here, so we could try a 2 here. And that gives us 2 chlorines, 2 lithiums. If I put a 2 over here, then we can check. We have 2 iodines and 2 iodines, and so we're good to go there on that. Here's another fun one here, aluminum and HCl. Aluminum metal as an element, it's a metal. We're familiar with that. It makes a good conductor of electricity. We build with aluminum as well. And HCl is hydrochloric acid. So when they react together, aluminum is going to combine with chlorine. And so what you have to remember is aluminum is always going to be a plus 3, and chlorine is always a minus 1. So we're going to have AlCl3 with that one. And then what's left over is hydrogen. So we are going to say that's going to be hydrogen gas. And hydrogen gas is another diatomic molecule. So it's not shown here, but it should be. We can throw it in here as well. Okay, so let's see if we can balance this equation. So when you're gaining a strategy for like how do you balance it, a lot of times I would kind of look for situations. And so we could conceivably think of maybe trying a 2 here is what I think I have here. Yeah. So if I try a 2 here, then that gives me 6 chlorines. And then if I put a 6 here, that would be okay with that. And then so 6 hydrogens. I got to put a 3 here. And that means I got to put a 2 over here. And that works out. So it's just a matter, guys, of trying some different numbers. And it's trial and error. And then 9 times out of 10, you can figure it out. But at times, maybe you can't. You have to throw in the towel. That happens. But what you want to do here is you want to challenge yourself. You want to make an attempt to see if you can develop this skill, because this skill involves really a couple skills, right? It involves determining the actual chemical formula of ionic compounds and then balancing the equation. So we're combining a couple skills here, but the only way you're really going to feel like you're gaining any confidence is if you challenge yourself, do them. In the end, you might have to check my key. And, like I've been working them out and putting keys on. So the worst thing to do would be just copy the key. So don't just go copy it. Challenge yourself, try to do it, and then use the key as a tool. Okay, I hope this was helpful. And thank you for watching.